Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Today we're going to talk about being flexible, being open-minded, not being stuck in your ways. What I'm talking about is when you build a business, all the entrepreneurs out there, when you build a business, you typically have a structure, a process, whether it's new client onboarding, new employee onboarding, fulfilling, marketing, advertising, or sales, whatever the process is that your business follows, you are always in a better position as a company when you're open-minded enough to accept some change here and there. Now think about it like this. There's two sides of the business. There is the customer, the market, the group, the universe, whatever you want to call it, the group that you sell to. And then there is the actual sale, the customer and the sale. Those two things need to stay in place. You need to attract the customer and you need to get the sale. After you get the sale, you need to absolutely provide, fulfill, whatever that is. But the piece that actually decides whether or not you're going to get the sale and whether or not you're going to attract the customer, those need to constantly be running. Any of the bullshit in between, okay, can change. It can be flexible. It doesn't have to only follow one specific pattern. What I'm trying to get at is a lot of small business people are set in their ways and they will lose huge opportunities by nitpicking the bullshit in between the customer and getting the customer and the sale. You got to be open-minded enough to understand that some of those little things can change. For example, let's talk about terms, contracts. Let's talk about if you have to shorten the process for the client, if you need to customize something for the client, if it means that you're not going to get that sale, the sale, and you're not going to get that customer, make adjustments. Because at the end of the day, you're talking about getting that sale and attracting that customer. I'm hoping that what I'm saying, the way I'm saying it is making sense.
Yeah.
Because this is a very frustrating thing that I deal with sometimes when I'm talking to vendors and they just, nope, it's either this way or the highway. And I'm like, but if we negotiate and we adjust, you'll get my business.
Yeah. You know, it's
frustrating.
Yeah. What was I going to say? You know, that's why when I work with a lot of businesses or whatever it is, I always want to work with the owner. And it's good for the owner to be around because they have the not the power to, but they have the ability to make those changes, to be
the authority.
They have the authority to make those accommodations, make those changes, to, be flexible. And, that flexibility should be more. See, the thing is that's tough with flexibility is that you always have to know when and where because people can take advantage of that.
Of course.
So that's the tough part that I'm trying to get around because, I wish everyone, was, you know what I mean? But
yeah, you gotta deal with different personalities. You gotta deal with people who have different levels of ethics. You always hope that people are acting in the best way possible. Doing the right thing and stuff like that, but sometimes people don't. So you have to kind of be aware of that stuff. But what's very important for people to understand is that whatever your policies are, whatever your processes are, always keep an open mind that if you tweak something or adjust something for a customer that would make it more attractive or able to be done or received, it puts you as a small business owner in a much better position because you are saying to the customer or whoever that you're flexible. And that flexibility piece goes a long way when it comes to like your reputation and people going, oh yeah, I work with him or her. They go the extra mile. They do a great job. They took care of me. They don't nickel and dime me. They don't sweat the small stuff that doesn't matter. They don't, it's just, that's the energy, or I guess it's the vibe, or I don't know what to call it, but like, that's like the dynamic that you want to have the customer experience. Because like I said, if you attract the customer and you get the sale and you're able to fulfill the sale, those are the 3 pillars that really just need to stay in place and that truly matter. And then everything else is really just adjustable bullshit that you can move around.
Yeah, go for the long-term goal. Go for the long-term relationship.
Yeah, don't sweat that. I've spoken to vendors and they were like, nope, we can't do that. That's yeah. And I'm thinking about it with my business owner hat on, and I'm thinking, wait, this doesn't make sense, dude. What are you talking about? Like, for example, if someone builds a software, the software is already made. Don't act like you have to go get it manufactured in China and you got to ship it out and there's a bunch of overhead, and the software's made. Let me try it out for a little bit. Give me a special rate. Because time and time again, customers are annoyed, and I'm giving like an example case study. Customers are annoyed when they buy a software and they sign up for 3 months or whatever, and it's a piece of shit and they're stuck in a 3-month agreement. Let me see what this is all about. Let me play around and let me see what is going on here, but I'm not gonna pay a fortune for something. So what I'm trying to get at is when software companies try to position like, and I'm talking about like software that was already created. It needs no input.
Yeah.
Like let's say a CRM. The CRM already exists. You just need to create a username and a password. So if someone says, well, Mr. Software Company, I got burned by 3 other companies. Can you give me some kind of like introductory rate? And they're like, nope. Well, sir, Mr. Software Company, I'm here ready to give you my business. Can you work around something? Can you help me with something? No.
Yeah, this one's see, you're using a weird example though, because
that's a true example of someone not being flexible.
I get that, but let's real quick before you go further with this. We're talking about a software company.
Yeah. The software's already created. Where's the overhead?
But like then everyone gets like a discount. It's like,
no, it's not about the discount. It's about the flexibility. So I have spoken to software companies and I needed it to perform a specific way, and they just kept trying to like upcharge me for all this other stuff. And I was like, but I don't know how to use this yet. I have to tinker around with it and play around with it. And they, or I had a software company that offered me no support, none. They said, sorry, you need to sign up for our enterprise package, which is $100,000 a month. What? The software, just show me how to use the fucking software so I know how to use it, and then I can justify paying you every month. What I'm trying to get at is some of these companies showed me no flexibility, and it was a very bad representation of their brand. My whole entire experience with it was terrible.
Yeah.
That has pushed my business philosophy to be more flexible.
Yeah.
To be a little bit more down to earth, to just do what I can for the customer to make them feel comfortable to come on board, stay on board, and work with us or whatever. Like
when you give off that flexibility, it not only like creates just a great relationship from the beginning, but it also creates like almost like a loyalty, almost a trustworthiness. Like it
Yes.
depending on what type of, I mean, in any business, that flexibility, you went out of your way as a business owner to help this person in whatever type of business you were in. That is going to create a phenomenal foundation for that relationship, and it could turn into, other deals or whatever it may be, but that sets a foundation, and it's a strong one.
So sometimes being flexible requires you to kind of step back and reflect and assess what is the thing that I'm proposing possibly in my mind, or what is the thing that I'm considering to be flexible on. Don't do the no, don't do that. I always reference that because it's something that annoys the living shit out of me. But it's very important in business.
How do you know when to say no, though? At what point does the
use your gut? Use your gut. Don't use pen and paper or documents, charts and spreadsheets. Just use your gut. If you feel like that person that's asking you to be flexible is taking advantage, you should have the street smarts and the ability to know, okay, this person's crossing the line. I'm being taken advantage of my kindness is being taken advantage of. And yes, some business people out there do operate in a kind manner, and they but if they're smart enough, they'll be able to detect. But it's on a case-by-case basis, because someone might be genuine and say, hey, I need you to be a little bit more flexible so I can do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
And if they present their case, then you as a business owner should be like, you know what? That doesn't affect my fucking bottom line. Why am I being a whiny little shit? Just why am I sweating the small stuff? Just don't be a nitpicker. Like, just stop the bullshit. I seethe with disgust when I see business people behave this way. I hate it.
Yeah.
Passionately.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you get notified every single time we post an episode.
It's an 11-minute episode.
Yeah, as long as it's over 10 minutes. I have been so quiet today, but that's because we got a lot of stuff going on in the background, and one day we'll share it with you. Peace out. Catch you next time.